Hey guys! I feel like it's been a long time since I made a video, but it really hasn't been all that long. I've just been pretty busy getting the house in order and with work, trying to get some stuff situated because I have family coming in next week. Lots of family coming in next week to eat turkey and have a good time. So anyway, I know you guys can relate, right? So the one of the things that I have been doing is shopping. I do have lots of new stuff in that I wish I could have shown you, but I had to put it away because I couldn't even walk around in my studio. I kept, bumping into stuff, and I'm actually not even filming in the studio right now. This desk is set up in my office for craft stuff too. But anyway, so I did get my new planner, which I haven't done a planner video in a while. I don't really share my planner. It's kind of a personal thing, I think. And so this is the planner I'm currently using. I use the Inkwell Press quarterly, so this is the last quarter of 2016, and I got my new ones in yesterday, so I've been playing with that. And one of the things that I did last year, and you can see it along the sides, is to add tabs because the Inkwell Press doesn't have, tabs in their quarterly booklets. So I like to have a tab for each month. And so I added them last year, and I did it again this year. And I wanted to show you how I did it, because last year what I did was use the We Are Memory Keepers tabs. They have a punch, and then they have these pre-made stickers to put the tabs on, and of course you want them to be reinforced. So I wanted a different shape for this year. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. So I used my bow tab that I got from what do you call that place? Pinkfresh Studio. And that's what it's actually for. It's a bow tab. Here's the die. Okay, and figured out how to go about doing this. Now, you don't have to have all of these tools and stuff, but it makes it easier if you do. So if you have a die that you want to use the tabs for, there are substitutes that I'm going to show you. Well, not show you, but I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'll tell you what a substitute is, what method is to doing this. So I used some pattern paper that I also got from Pinkfresh in my grab bag. This is the Felicity collection. I got it in the 6x6 and the 12x12. And I didn't want it just to be the cardstock because I felt like that was too flimsy. So I thought about a couple of ways I could do this. Well, the way I came up with doing this by reinforcing the paper is to laminate it. And rather than using my Heidi Swapp Mink or laminator to laminate the piece of paper, I used my Xyron Creative Station because I already had a laminating cartridge on hand, so I didn't have to buy anything to do this. This is an old box, right? This is the refill for the laminator, two-sided lamination, and it comes in a 50-foot roll. I just happen to have one in my stash. So what I did was, instead of laminating both sides of the paper because it's one-sided, what I did was fold it in half. Okay, and the reason I did that is because I ran it through the machine, which looks like this. This is the 9-inch one. I ran it through my machine folded, right? Okay, so then it comes out with a whole plastic covering both sides. This happens to be one side and this is the other because I folded it in half. And then I cut around at the edge to release the fold. Okay, I just cut around it on all four sides, and that would allow me to now unfold it. So now this side, which is the back side of the paper, is not laminated, but both of the halves on the front is laminated. And then I took my die cutter and ran it through. Okay, so I ran the die through the die cutter, popped it out, and it comes out like this. So now you have a bow that's laminated on both sides of the bow, and this is the inside. And then I took my other Xyron, which is the sticker one. Okay, I have a smaller one here that had the sticky cartridge already loaded in it. And I ran it through that like this, so it would make this side sticky. And then what you do is you fold it over and it makes a tab. And you now have these bow tabs. Now what I did for my planner is I could have put my tabs at the top, but I'm more of a person that likes to flip using the side tabs. I don't like to flip across the top because that just seems awkward to me. As I said, the Inkwell Press has these 4 booklets for 2017, and each booklet has a quarter in it. So January, February, March in the first one, April, May, June in the second, and so on. So there's 4 books, and none of them have tabs. So I put them at every month. And if you guys have never seen the Inkwell Press quarterlies, it has some of the thickest paper around for a planner. I will say that. Forget what you've heard about, you know, bleed through and stuff like that. This has some of the thickest paper in it, and this is even textured, this cover, and it's now sewn on this edge. So instead of a staple, they're using sewn edge or sewn binding. So here's my tab, and what I did was I went through and found all the months and put my tab on the left hand side, because when I want to flip to, say, February, for instance, I just find the tab for February and I'll flip it like that. And also having it on the left hand side means that it doesn't interfere with the notes column here and the top 5 that they now have in the planner. This was not there last year. It was just a big long notes section. I kind of like this whole idea of the top 5 up here. And this little mark you see is me. I need to get my adhesive rubber eraser to remove that, but that's what I've done to put the tabs on here. And you can see that I've gone through all of my books to do that. This is the last page before the month calendar. So each month has a different paper design. The second quarter has the hearts, and then the third has a different design. So that's what I did to my planner, and that's kind of what I've been doing really lately, other than trying to get the house cleaned up and such. And so I just wanted to share that with you. If you guys are interested in making tabs for your planners, if you don't have a laminating machine that can do this, use packing tape. Packing tape, if you wanted to just take a strip of paper, cover it with packing tape on one side, and then die cut it, that would give you the same result. And I didn't do that because I felt like this laminating paper or plastic from the Xyron would make it thicker, more sturdy, so that it could, because they are tabs, they can withstand the, you know, the edges getting knocked into. And just so you know, this is my A5 traveler's notebook that I made. It is made from, if you haven't seen this before, it's made from, what do they call this? Vinyl laminate. I forgot. The same thing that you make tablecloth covers from. It's got like a coating on it. PVC coating on it, so that if it gets wet, it will wipe off, or if it gets dirty, you can wipe it off. You can kind of see that it's shiny, right? This is a pattern that is very similar to Cath Kidston. You can see this big spot is what they call it, I think. But look how I've placed my tabs. You can see that they're down far enough that they don't interfere with the pen, because that's another thing that will get it. We'll get, you know, them all kind of messed up. But when you put the rubber band around it, you can either put it around the pen or underneath the pen, and they still don't interfere with the tab. It still doesn't touch the tabs because I put them far enough down. Last year, when I made my tabs, you can kind of see they hang over the cover of my traveler's notebook, and I wanted to avoid that this year because they kind of poke out a little bit. So I seated them down further when I stuck them down to the pages, and you can see that here. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you all are having a good week, and I hope to get some crafting done in the next couple of days, as well as some more cleaning up. I hope I don't sound tired. I'm not all that tired. I'm just thinking to myself. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and take care. Bye for now.